Aquaman number 3, available from DC Comics on March 12, 2025, pits Arthur Curry against a shocking betrayal. In this case, it's Superman's ex turned traitor with an icy blade. Is it worth the journey? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Comical Opinions. Before we dig into the issue, how about a quick recap? Arthur Curry steps through an omega-shaped portal and emerges in a desolate expanse of shipwrecks and parched earth, pursued by a band of troll-like creatures. He swiftly overcomes them and ventures into the foreboding castle of their hag queen, Jenny Greenteeth, only to find himself ensnared by her enchanted vines, bound for the dungeons to be bled dry for his precious water. There he encounters Arion, the legendary first mage of Atlantis, who urges him to harness his newfound hydrokinetic powers to transform a pool of blood into a weapon that liberates them and purges the dark parasite afflicting Jenny, now reborn as Vivienne, the Lady of the Lake. So that brings us to Aquaman number 3. Arthur's quest to rescue Mira and his people presses onward as Arion and Vivienne guide him across the arid waste to a towering wall of ice. They scale its frigid heights and reach a shimmering lake cradling a mystical anvil, where Arion and Vivienne must craft a weapon capable of vanquishing Dagon, a cosmic tyrant. Why are they trying to make this weapon? Dagon has severed the blue, Atlantis' lifeblood essence, from the universe, hoarding its power and abducting the Atlanteans for the fragments they bear. Arthur, now named the Dark Tide due to an ancient prophecy, must destroy Dagon to restore the blue. As Arion and Vivienne wield profound magic within a protective barrier, too dangerous for Arthur to endure, he stands guard outside. Suddenly, an alpha-shaped portal flares open and Lori Lemaris, a mermaid once tied to Superman as a love interest of sorts, emerges with her allies. She strikes Arthur with an icy blade, freezing him in an instant, and carries him away to deliver him to her master, Dagon. So let's check in with first impressions, art, and whatnot. The words that come to mind in this issue are regal, mythic, and in one particular circumstance, utterly legendary. Arthur Curry's tale unfolds like a dream woven for fantasy enthusiasts. Jeremy Adams blends the eerie depths of Lovecraftian horror with the grandeur of medieval lore, delivering an Aquaman narrative that defies expectations. This feels like you're reading a King Arthur story more than an Aquaman story, but somehow the two are blended perfectly. Let's check in with the art team and how they did in this issue. John Timms' artwork shines with breathtaking detail, plenty of dynamic action, and lots of vibrant energy, evoking the mastery of Dan Mora, which is a close comparison. We don't like to kind of compare artists too much if we can help it because everybody's style is unique, but in this case, they are both hitting their stride with A-game level artistic visuals. It's nothing short of spectacular in this issue, and I love it. Switching over to the pros and cons, what's great about Aquaman number 3? Jeremy Adams enchants and astonishes with a wholly original Aquaman epic, placing the hero at the heart of a poetic saga worthy of a king. His clever reimagining of DC mythology, infused with echoes of knights and sorcerers, offers an unexpected delight. That sounds very wordy and highbrow, but all that to say, it feels like you're reading an epic poem of a tale, which is not what you would expect from a DC comic, but in this case, it completely works. So what's not great about Aquaman number 3? The heart of the story relies heavily on a prophecy about a character known as the Dark Tide. Arion provides a fleeting glimpse, sort of its purpose, but Dagon's conflicting interpretation muddies the waters. Greater clarity about this prophecy is needed earlier rather than later, and it would help sharpen the impact, rather than leaving it shrouded too long. In other words, you know there's a prophecy, you know that Aquaman appears to be at the center of the prophecy, but you don't have enough of the details to understand what's the prophecy about, why it's important, why Aquaman's role in the prophecy is important, and what he's supposed to do about it. So final thoughts, what do we think about Aquaman number 3? It advances Arthur Curry's mythic odyssey to save his people and thwart an ancient evil. Jeremy Adams' inventive twist on Arthurian legend enchants and delights, and John Timms' art dazzles. Between this and Green Lantern, Adams holds a winning formula that every DC writer should emulate. Therefore, Aquaman number 3 from DC Comics earns an 8.8 out of 10. Give a thumbs up if you found this review helpful, and share in the comments below which DC villain should Arthur face next, whether it's one from DC lore or whether it's one from Arthurian legend lore. I want to hear about it, so thank you very much for joining, And please stay tuned through the outro for more reviews just like this one.